Great day, everyone! It is another day to gain some knowledge. This is Teacher Maricar, and welcome to Camplish.com. Today, we will have the preview of another interesting English information or article from this book, English Reading Basic 5. Let's learn and explore English. Are you ready now? Okay, let's start. Today, we will discuss Unit 16. Let's learn about this passage entitled History. Okay, so look at the picture. You can see here remains from the past. So, I will read it for you, but first I will read it slowly so you can get the correct pronunciation of the words here. And after that, you can join me in reading it again. So you have to listen very carefully. Alright, I will start now. What is history? It is a written record of human activities over time. Historians discover these records and study history. Then, how could we learn about ancient life if there were no written records? Historians also study ancient architecture, drawings, weapons, tombs, and so on. We call the time without any written record prehistory. Both prehistoric time and historic time are very important to understand human activities and civilization. Who left the first written records? Chinese people left records on animal bones and shells about 3,300 years ago. And now, let's read it again, but faster than the first one. Let's begin. What is history? It is a written record of human activities over time. Historians discover these records and study history. Then, how could we learn about ancient life if there were no written records? Historians also study ancient architecture, drawings, weapons, tombs, and so on. We call the time without any written record prehistory. Both prehistoric time and historic time are very important to understand human activities and civilization. Who left the first written records? Chinese people left record on animal bones and shells about 3,300 years ago. Alright, I hope that you got the correct pronunciation of the words. If you have some time, try to read it again to enhance your ability in reading. Okay, did you understand the passage? Good. So let's have some activities here and let's answer it together. Let's start on the first activity, which is select true or false. In this activity, we will find out if the sentence is true or false. Okay, so let's start now. Number 1. Historians discover and study history. Is it true or false? The answer is true. So let's see why this is the answer. Here is the sentence that will support our answer in number 1. Historians discover these records and study history. Next, number 2. Italian people left the first written records. Is it true or false? The answer is false. Here, who left the first written records? Chinese people left records on animal bones and shells about 3,300 years ago. And last, number 3, we call the time with a written record prehistory. Is it true or false? The answer is false. Here is the sentence. We call the time without any written record prehistory. Now, we finished the first activity. Before we proceed to the second one, let's learn more vocabulary words first. That will be helpful in making your own sentences. Let's look at our word box. So I will read it for you and then repeat after me. Okay? I will start now. History. Record. Activity. Historian. Architecture. Prehistory. Historic. And last, civilization. Now, we can proceed to vocabulary check-up. You can see here blank spaces. We will find out the missing word by looking at our word box. So, I will read it for you, and then I will give you some time to find out the missing word. Let's start. Number 1. This is where blank began. Number 2. It was a very important blank event. Number 3. You have to submit your immunization blank. Number 4. I am also interested in fashion and blank. So now, let's answer it. What is the answer in number 1? The answer is civilization. This is where civilization began. Number 2, the answer is historic. It was a very important historic event. How about number 3? The answer is record. We have to submit your immunization record. And last, number 4, the answer here is architecture. I am also interested in fashion and architecture. Good. So I hope that you got all the correct answers here. This is the end of our lesson for today. I hope that you learned something from it. So, if you want to learn more and want to develop your English skills, you are welcome to visit camplish.com. Again, this is Teacher Mary Carr, and see you in our next video. Bye!